before anybody gets mad, no, I'm not going to slander the beautiful enemies to lover story. The tale is old as time, if you will. I'm just here today to represent the legal defense team of Dr. Houseman, who I will be referring to as the original baby daddy. So let's start off by saying, if you've never seen Dirty Dancing, this needs to be in like your top 20 movies to see before you die. Dirty Dancing is a 1980s movie set in the summer of 1963 where a nice doctor is taking his family to some kind of resort in the Catskills. It's kind of like summer camp, but it's for families. Which honestly kind of sounds nice. I wish they'd bring something like that back. But anyway, also side note, if you have seen this movie and you haven't been, there's a spot, I can't remember if it's in New York or North Carolina where they filmed it or whatever, but you can go visit where they film this place and they do like a showing every year. You'll have to do a little more research. I just know that part off the top of my head. Anyway, so the oldest daughter's name is Frances, but everybody calls her Baby. Well, Baby's like wandering around the grounds and stuff and makes friends with some of the younger staff. And that's where she learns that most of the dancing she has seen throughout her life is like Disney Channel style dancing, and that we've really been grinding on each other since the dawn of time. But anyway, there's like this couple who's like the entertainment dancers, right? They're like the entertainment at Disneyland, and they're hired to dance. Well, she's like smitten with the guy, and the guy is kind of an asshole. And the lady dancer is pregnant, and she's trying to get an abortion. But the abortion is $250, and she doesn't have that kind of money. So Baby goes to Baby Daddy and asks him for $250, but tells him she can't tell him why. And he's like, well, is it legal? And she's like, I can't tell you. And he's like, okay, I trust you. Well, not only can the lady dancer not afford an abortion, but she's also supposed to dance in like the showcase thing on the only day she can get for it. Anyways, not only does Baby supply her with the money for the abortion, but she also goes on in the showcase, and then her and Johnny get all hot and bothered and whatnot. Then they go on to love and dance, but here's where I have questions. Stopping to think about it, her dad was not an unreasonable man. You know, this wasn't one of those like over-domineering dads like you would expect from the 1960s. Like, she probably couldn't tell him that the $250 was for an abortion because at the time it was illegal, and he probably could have lost his medical license had they found out that that's where the money came from. But had she told him, hey, I need $250 so I can take private dance lessons, he probably would have said, okay, no worries. And then not only does she get the $250, no questions asked, and he would never know where the $250 went, she could also go practice dancing and he wouldn't have a problem with it. Like, she even dances in front of him at the end of the movie. Like, the dancing was never the problem, he just didn't like being lied to. And I think that's understandable. Also, he didn't like Johnny because he thought Johnny was the one who got Penny pregnant and then left her destitute, even though he wasn't. Yes, he made the mistake of not clarifying and finding out the truth and making assumptions, but I think it's a reasonable expectation. Also, if Baby painted this whole tree by herself, then she really missed her calling of becoming an artist because it looks fantastic.